I was woken by a need to eat. I was making my way to the kitchen to look for some food in the fridge. I just stared at the fridge because I was hungry. I looked in the fridge, looking for some food. I did not find any food. I was angry. I was making my way back to my bedroom, looking around, see what might come out of the dark. Then the light suddenly went out. But I was sure that I had made it back to my bedroom. Ow. I hit my foot. And I went back to sleep. Because I am RezenatorZen.
Now, if you couldn't really tell by that long-winded and admittedly stupid intro, this review is about Alan Wake. Now, I decided to do that intro because I think it paid homage to the whole using flashlight thing in a horror setting. Now, I always think I'm clever, but I'm not most of the time. Now, let's get on to Alan Wake. The game is good, it has a good story. I guess I should say spoiler alert. The game ends with a very anticlimactic ending, but there is DLC. So, if you don't have the DLC, it ends pretty abruptly. If you have the DLC, it sort of carries right on. I haven't played the DLC yet. But, yeah. So, the story. Oh, yeah. The story. Now, the story is great. There are a lot of references to Stephen King, especially when you're going through the woods, and there's a guy with an axe, and Alan makes the semi-douchey remark of, I'm being chased by I could get to the gas station before Stucky, or something along the lines of Jack Torrance from The Shining. I don't really know the exact wording. And there's even an FBI agent who calls Alan by a bunch of authors' names, which I find really funny, because it just sort of gets more outlandish as he goes on. I really do like that. It sort of gets annoying, because Alan sort of narrates every little bit of everything that he does, which is okay at some points, but some points is just fucking annoying. I feel they could have spent a little bit more time in the town before the darkness takes over. That's just a personal opinion. It would have been cool to see that. Another thing I really don't like is that there's a lot of advertising in this game, and by a lot I mean a lot. Fuck. The flashlights are powered by Energizer batteries. Really? 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 Remedy, you had to go with the Energizer fucking placement? And then there's a lot of Verizon stuff, which I don't know what the fuck happened, why that sort of was a choice, but it was, so you have to deal with it. As I said, there are a lot of things I do like. The story's good. The characters are great. And if you play this in a very dark room with just the TV, it can become really immersive. I plan to play it again because when I was playing it other times, I was doing it with fucking a headset on for my Xbox, listening to other people talk, so I couldn't I was sort of drawn out of the experience, which I plan to do that again, but without the headset and just playing straight through. The campaign is relatively short. It's 5 chapters without the DLC, or 5 episodes, excuse me. It's 5 episodes without the DLC. That can go by if you just sit there and play through. Barry is okay as a character. He sort of is a fucking annoying. The twist at the twist really at the end of the campaign story is like you're expecting it, but you're not expecting it to that degree. Again, spoiler alert. Alan actually rewrote reality by typing up a story which powered a darkness, which then tried to enthrall him. Someone from before, in the 70s, is helping Alan to fight off the darkness and shit like that. It's in a nutshell. The ending, the ending, I'll leave to you to find out. I like Alan as a character. He really is you get immersed in the character and the story. And there are a lot of key moments in the game, which I like, when you go to the farm and Alan and Barry get completely fucking wrecked on moonshine and just fucking pass out and wake up and they're all hungover and shit. Great moment, because Barry makes some comments about something and Alan's like, I'm a writer. Like, they're just completely fucking wrecked. And it's pretty funny. And it sort of does, it garners you to getting into the characters. Draws you into the story. The graphics, I can't really comment on the HD quality of the graphics because I've shown you my TV before. Not HD. But, yeah. So, the graphics do look good on that TV, so they probably look great on an HD TV. The soundtrack for the game is outstanding. It has a lot of great songs, like Poets of the Fall, their song War, fucking fantastic song. There's radios throughout the game, and you can listen to them. And one of the things is you can listen to that song. And I listened to it for 3 minutes, and then I fucking died because I sort of had to change gears all of a sudden because I got fucked up by a Taken. Sort of my fault, but I mean the music is great, the scores are great, the ambient music is great, the voice acting is great. The syncing up of the voices with the game could use some work, could use some retooling, but generally I like the game. So here comes the rating. Now, I would give it a 4 out of 5 and an 8 out of 10, just because they were on the verge of greatness, but I would have liked to see the story of the town fleshed out more a little bit. I didn't really like the manuscript pages, just because Alan sort of delivers it in just straight, monotone voice. He doesn't really express them. There's a lot of great psychological thriller elements to it, but there's the controls sort of detract from that because they are very touchy controls, and you can sort of like send your ass flying the fuck the other way if you're not careful. The jumping's a little stiff. I hope they make a sequel to this because it'd be interesting to see where this sort of goes. If it same story, just the progression of that story. Whether it takes place in Bright Falls or not doesn't really matter, as long as that story is continued, because I like the story of the game. And I suggest, if you haven't seen the prologue to that, the Bright Falls stuff that you could get on Xbox Live or on YouTube, I suggest you go watch them, because they're fucking hilarious, and they do sort of pull you into the story more. But as I said, I sort of got off on a tangent. 4 out of 5 and 8 out of 10, or B+. But I'm Rez. Hope you liked my review of Alan Wake. Post comments